G'day, I'm Mal. Welcome to 4130 Customs. Rainy day today, so we're going to show you around the shop and give you a bit of an idea of what we do day to day. Let's go inside and have a look. Yeah, so we've got Jace came in with a broken gearbox after the down stop the other weekend. Absolutely blew it apart. So we keep a heap of spares and some old late 30s boxes here. So we had the part here, we just pulled a couple of boxes apart to make a good one. Matt got it back together here. So we've got Nick and Matt fitting up the new clutch to it. This is a new design that we put in here. Nick, you got this clutch from Speedway, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got it from Speedway. Last time we just had the 30, like the 37 trans with the clutch disc that suits it with the 8BA pressure plate. It didn't really work. We had to sand the disc down to fit it in 1/2 inch. It worked for a while, but then eventually it just died, started glazing up. So we've gone to the earlier pressure plate. So that way it's all the matching kit, so it should be better. Just had to re-drill the flex plate so it bolts up.
We did that early this morning and then dropped it down to Parts for Cars. We're a local company here that machined up the firewall for us, got it back to us in about an hour, which is really handy to have guys like that around us.
Because we've got all these spare parts, we can just line it up with what we got. Into the bush in the back. Probably must be wire wheel it up, but
the torque tube and stuff that bolts everything together means you can't just drop the gearbox out like a conventional car. They pull the whole lot out the front. And I had to dismantle Jace's to work out what he had done to it. And there was not really anything salvageable left in there, so dismantled one of the spare boxes that Mal had and cleaned up all the rats shit and feathers and whatever else was in there and got it out and cleaned them up, built a box.
I guess that's the beauty of like repurposing old parts. Like you can't just go buy this stuff off the shop, so it's handy if you just keep spares. And you know, Facebook Marketplace, if I see something on there, I can't help but just grab it and keep it on the shelf for days like this.
Was it a pretty easy diagnosis?
Yeah.
The handful of teeth that fell out was pretty obvious.
no drive.
Yeah. Right, so what are we doing here, guys?
We're lining up the clutch disc with the bush in the back of the flex plate, so that when we put the box up, it just drops straight in. Otherwise, if you don't line up the spline with the bush, then the pin won't go in. So this is just a spare shaft here of another box.
You need a hop tool on that thing?
Yeah, it's hooked to it already. Yeah, that's it.
All lined up, so tighten her up.
Yep.
How many ugger-duggers do you need to give this, Matt?
Well, we cut the threads this morning, so I don't think we'll give her any ugger-duggers on this one.
No ugger-duggers?
Just wind it in by hand, and I direct have a tension wrench sitting there ready to go.
Is there any preventative measures you can do?
Just go a bit more gentle on them. They're an old box and need to be treated with care.
I'll be smashing gears like Jace.
Yeah, Jace, just smashing gears and passing quiz. Got to give it the old 4130 touch. Looks like you got that right first go, Matt.
Feel for it now, eh? Doesn't seem like much, eh? Oh, it says to go to 20, but I want to go to 25. Just, I don't know, this doesn't feel very tight. That's good, I reckon.
Boy, everyone, it's downtown Sean McCarthy. How are you, downtown Sean McCarthy?
Leave me alone.
Don't you like being on film, Sean?
No.
Sean from Resident Restorations. He's in the back of our shed. Just got to ask you a few questions on the way past, but
Is that your starter, or is that like the case for the starter?
Oh, it's just the backing cover.
yeah, the starter motor sits in it, not a cover. Yeah.
Starting with hopes and dreams, Luke.
All right. These guys get that box bolted on. We'll go have a look and see what Jared's doing over here. He's working on the 37 pickup that we're building for a local guy here in Toowoomba. Yeah, beautiful car. We've obviously chopped the roof already, made the tray up. This week he's been working on just getting the grille in the right position. Like, it's all those little things that really matter to us, like just right angle, right height, everything. We're going to start knocking up the radiator next, fitting up the shock mounts and the headlight mounts. Cool headlight that we run on a lot of our vehicles is a commercial headlight instead of the passenger headlights. We just like the look of those. Jared's in working on the floors at the moment. You see he's made up the tunnel already, fitted up the low car shifter. Got one side of the floor ready to go by the looks of things, and he's over here doing the other part now. What are we doing here, Jared?
I'm just making another floor panel for the truck here. Just had to do some adjustments in the body, and the old one we had wasn't fitting quite right anymore, so just whipping up a new one. So yeah, just starting big and trimming it to make sure it's right, and then we'll put some swage lines in it.
Yeah, get some strength in it and looking the goods.
Looking the business.
Pretty cool truck, this one. We're lucky to have a couple of Ford pickups in here, the 35 and the 37 to work with. It's always good when someone brings us something that's cool to build. Really excited about this thing. You know, we do try and make things a little bit different from the norm. This is our Quentin Guillotino. Big cut this one. Are we going to need a fat guy to stand on it?
Oh yeah.
You're right, Lucas. Jump on there, mate. Or? go.
Do you have to consider any structural shit, or is it just mainly locating everything?
Yeah, obviously it's got to be strong, otherwise it's going to flop around, but it depends on the style of the build. Like a channel car is going to be a different floor to a non-channel car, and you know, some are big tunnel, some are little tunnel, all that kind of stuff, so they're all different, and yeah, nothing's the same, so you all just got to make it suit what you're trying to achieve. And
What's probably the biggest challenge with this one? Probably being channeled?
yeah, being channeled takes away a lot of room inside the cab, and then, you know, motor and gearbox, tail shaft, everything raises up, so then everything's got to be bigger tunnel, bigger trans tunnel, all that kind of stuff. So
the guy we're building this for, he's 6'2" or 6'3", and that's not two measurements. That's, you know, he's a tall guy.
yeah,
Something that we did on this that you probably don't notice is we actually moved the firewall forwards a little bit. On the forward pickups, they normally dip back in, but we've actually brought it out and just gave him that extra inch or two, which doesn't seem like a lot, but if you move your chair in your car half an inch, you know about it. Like it really does give you a lot more space.
Do you have to add any excess measurement to that when you roll it, like bead roll it or whatever, to take away width and everything? How careful you got to be with it?
it doesn't take any width away, it just stretches the metal and creates the play. Yeah, you just got to mark it out to how it's going to roll through the die, and that's it. Doesn't have to be too technical.
What else have you done in there?
Yeah, what have you done this week? You started with the radiator.
Yeah, we started at the front, so we got the grill shell mocked up and made a radiator template, so we can send that off to the shop and get one built. Done headlights and shock mounts at the front, and then yeah, we've just been moving on to shifter on the tunnel and making this floor panel. There's more in that one. Obviously, being a bit bigger tunnel, we wanted to try and give him as much foot room as we can, but also have all the clearance off the floor to the gearbox. And
Well, then all your engines are welded and you just smooth them out.
yeah, that's it.
Like obviously you square the whole body up and steel frame it out, but then the floor also helps hold all that in, and then bolts down to the chassis from there. So that line follows the rail. He came to us and said he wanted a open motor, like no hood sides, open wheel hot rod pickup, and he brought us a Dodge Fargo. We couldn't really work out a way to make that look cool. We had the 37 pickup body. I had that sitting in the shed out the back that I was saving for a rainy day. And yeah, so we said, hey, you got this cool motor, which is the flathead that's in my office. You got this great motor, the style that you're looking for. This is kind of what we can do with a 37 pickup. And on a set of 34 rails, and he was pretty stoked when we put it all together, you know. Weren't sure what grill we were going to run on it. I had that 37 grill that I was going to put on my Model A, and Nick took me out of that, and we put a couple of 32 grills on it, and the 37 was able to go back on the 37 pickup.
In fucking danger. Like I said, I'm surprised there's washers, because someone doesn't normally use washers.
So you put all the stock bits back in if you upgrade and everything?
I don't know, Jace is pretty rough on it. and then you don't know what life it had anyway. So I guess he got, he would have got 18 months, 2 years out of the first box. Yeah, broke first gear. It broke teeth off everything, but there was teeth off everywhere on every gear, so it was due anyway. Then the dirtiest looking box we had the best parts in it, so we just swapped them into this one. So no upgrade, just it all looks good, nothing's broken now, so should drive heaps better.
Then over this side of the shed, we've got Steve Metcalf. He does a lot of our muscle car stuff or chrome bumper stuff. People don't realise that we do actually do a lot of that sort of thing. This Camaro, 68 Camaros. We've done a heap to it. We'll run you through a few things. Starting at the rear, Steve. What have we done here?
Well, starting at the rear, we've modified the tubs to suit the 315 radial. The owner has some crazy ideas of what he wants to do, but when you start putting a bit of power through things, you've got to sort of tie everything together. So we've moved the rail a smidgen, not a great deal. Tub's been stretched. Got new 4-link bars and arms and ARB. Got a new wishbone to keep the car square and the acceleration decel. It's got a chassis connector and it come from America, but then we've actually tied all that together as well so that it tries and supports the chassis as well as the cage that ties into the chassis, which is not normal, which is a bit of work because the body separates from the chassis. So we've got all the arse end done now and the cage is tied into the back. The next thing is tying the front part of the cage into the chassis.
So next up you'll be making up some templates
so
for the actual cage.
Templates for the front floor. We've already got, you can probably see under here, the back section's done, tied up into the floor, and there's a bolt through here so everything all separates. There's also a wishbone, track locator, whichever way you want to call it. Yeah, so I'm just going to do, up here's the new front chassis tie into the front section of the roll cage, and then I can start finishing off the front part of the cage, and then we can work from there, whatever else he wants to do from there. So that's pretty much where we are.
Right, we might come back over when you got it back down on the ground and you're
mate.
making those templates up.
Yeah, sounds good.
Chassis straighteners that run through, connect to the cage up above here. That's all going to be bolt in, bolt out. The wishbone at the rear, keep the car straight. And obviously, all the 4-bar and everything. It currently ties in here. And it's going to be tying back in up the front here. Unfortunately, won't be any videos of the 32 cutting hoops in this one. We may have given a few too many RPMs at the Downs dust up and a little bit of water in the oil. So we'll get onto that later this week or early next week, and hopefully it's just a head gasket with that Frenzel blower on there. We found that we got to stay on top of the head gaskets on this thing. So here's hoping it's that, and it's not a block.
How'd the blower go after dust up?
Yeah, it's good. We really rate the Frenzel blowers here, obviously. I think it's a great idea. Love the noise, love the look. They don't make them like that anymore for a reason, because they're probably not the most efficient thing, but gee, they look cool,
come up to get the engine to go onto its mount to remove that strap. Otherwise, it's real hard to line the splitter. Yeah. Can you let the front in? We'll fix it once the engine's in. We'll keep putting the engine in, then we'll fix it, because we can get it's only cracked to here. We'll fix it with it in there. Have a look at this, Lucas. Yeah, the cross member's cracked. It's been welded up before, but not real well by the looks of that. It's not cracked down the back, it's just cracked from the corner around. So we'll just push the engine back in there, and then we'll be able to unbolt the spring and fix it while the engine's in, I think.
Is that common or is that?
Oh, because it's an original cross member. Like they normally do crack. That's pretty bad though. But it's been fixed before, just not fixed well. It's got some sort of weird plate migged into it, so we'll probably try and work out what they've done and repair it properly this time. Is it cracked there too? Oh no, just a scratch. $5 mil.
I have to go down a little bit on that jack.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Should be clear.
How much more?
Bit more. It's got it. Go up. We got to line the splitter from the box to the torque tube. That's why I went to get it too easy before.
To come to the shop and get out of here, we've got work to do.